Good morning. I am Tracey Liu. I am the Manager of Strategy for Technology and Innovation at UHN. Quite a mouthful, I know. And before we kick off the day, I'd like to give just some simple housekeeping things so everyone's as interactive and collaborative as they can be for today. So quick note, toilets. Straight out the back of the room, go through those doors. Moving on, we are going to use Slido. So we're going to have live polling and live comments during our day. So just to make sure that everyone is connected and working, I invite you to whip out your phones or your laptops. And if you need to connect to the Wi-Fi, Mars Guest is the open network, so please feel free to do that. Once you're there, please open a browser and type in slido.com. So I'll do the same. Okay, and then when you get there, you should get a screen that asks you for an event code. Please type in Techna 2019, no spaces. Yeah, it's on the slide, on the screen to the south screen, sorry. And that's where actually all the comments and questions will be posted live during all the sessions. So once you're on this screen, you should see two tabs. One says QA, one says poll. And so the QA tab is where you're going to be typing in all your questions, comments. And if you like a question or comment, feel free to upvote it, and they'll hover at the top and make sure that anyone, the moderator or anyone else, can get their attention. And just to test out to make sure everyone is connected, we're going to do a test poll. So click on the polls tab on your computer or phone and answer this question. What is the future of machine-human interfaces going to look like? Is it going to be the Matrix, the Terminator, or Big Hero 6? So we'll see what kind of fatalistic crowd we have, depending on the answers we get. Aw. Everyone's all into the big and fuzzies here. I'm liking Big Hero 6 winning. Okay. So I think we're all connected. We're ready to go. I'd like to introduce Dr. Brzozowski. He is the Senior Director of Techna and Diagnostic Innovations, and he will be providing our opening remarks.
Welcome to our 7th annual Techna Symposium. We acknowledge the land we are meeting on is the traditional territory of many nations, including Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit. Thank you all for coming, and I am delighted by the turnout. One of the main drivers of future advancements in medicine will be technology. Technology will produce new medical devices and enable data flow to support different therapies and improved workflows. The ability for devices and machines to support decision-making, information gathering and processing, and data visualization are changing the way healthcare is being delivered. Technology can be key to fulfilling the quadruple aims of medicine: enhancing patient experience, improving population health, reducing costs, and improving work life of those who deliver care, if designed with human-machine interaction in mind. If designed or constructed poorly, it can actually regress the way that we deliver care along any of these aims. During Techna 2019, we will focus on this interaction, the human-machine interfaces. Through this lens, we will look at different emerging technologies that maximize the ability of machines to support healthcare delivery. Human-machine interfaces allow user inputs to be translated as signals for machines that, in turn, provide the required results to the user. Human-machine interface technology has been used in different industries such as electronics, entertainment, aerospace, defense, and others. The interfaces help in integrating humans into complex technological systems. An overwhelming majority of health technology uses software one way or the other, making human-machine interfaces ubiquitous. They're present in patient monitoring systems, hospital beds, medical imaging devices, surgical equipment, staff communication devices, or in an ambulance switch panel. The types of human-machine interfaces include keyboards, control panels, various forms of touchscreen displays, sensors, speech recognition interfaces with natural language processing tools, chatbots, as well as virtual and augmented reality devices. Techna 2019 will discuss examples of these technologies and their interfaces as are used or as are being developed to be used in healthcare. We'll talk about the need for user experience considerations when designing human-machine interfaces to ensure positive impact of technology to fulfill the quadruple aims. We'll talk about success stories and learn from experiments that did not work out. The field of human-machine interfaces is rich and is getting richer as the related technologies in materials engineering, mechanics, optics, and electronics keep maturing in parallel. It's an evolving field, continuously learning from itself and from other technologies. It changes human behavior and is learning from these changes. Our past events have brought together the foremost thinkers of health technology, stimulating engaging discussions and facilitating fruitful collaborations. So will this one. We will have talks and panel discussions. You are going to hear different perspectives from clinicians, industry, and academia, from various subdisciplines in health technology innovation. As at every symposium, it's about a dialogue, about exchange of ideas and opinions. In addition to the panel discussions, you can use the tools that Tracey has described. We will conclude the symposium with a debate, humanistic intelligence versus artificial intelligence. So whether it's human-machine or machine-human interaction, who is really driving whom? I would like to thank our speakers for their participation, some of whom have traveled to be present at this event. I would also like to thank our sponsors. The Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation, who started Techna with generous donations from the Carlo Fidani Foundation, Agnico Eagle, and Garon family. We would also like to thank our principal sponsor, Baxter, as well as University of Toronto Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering, Mars Discovery District, Healthcare Human Factors, Imagia, GE, City of Toronto, Unique, IPsoft, the Joint Department of Medical Imaging, JLabs, Accenture, and Finger Foods Advanced Technology Group. And now let me introduce our keynote speaker. James Wilson leads Accenture Information Technology and Business Research. He has dedicated his career to research and innovation, having led programs at Babson Executive and Enterprise Education, Bain & Company, and several business think tanks. Jim is a co-author of the New Entrepreneurial Leader, which pioneered a new approach, entrepreneurial leadership, developed by him and a team of experts at Babson College. He's also a co-author of Human Plus Machine, which has been praised by CEOs of top companies, including Microsoft, Thrive Global, Salesforce, and Walmart. A long-term contributor to Harvard Business Review, MIT Sloan Management Review, and the Wall Street Journal, Jim has written extensively on how smart machines can enhance worker performance. He's worked with governments, policymakers, and university and business leaders. So welcome, Jim.